Hello, everybody. It's me, lindsie-rodgers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to try my best not to get in so much trouble. But I guess need to explain what the video I made last night while I was crying is, well, I guess I should explain. What happened was I was scared because something was wrong with my mother. And despite that, if you had followed me on Twitter and saw my thread, what happened was I was worried something went wrong with my mother. I thought she was about to have a heart attack. Turns out she was having the worst dizzy situation ever. And worse than that is, I thought her blood sugars really went completely spike. And when I tested and then tested again after giving her a pill, it didn't go down. And she was slurring, and I was really worried. And what my mother told me was her head was totally spinning and everything looks upside down for her. And I never experienced that in my life. And I was scared. And what's worse than that was my father was not making it good. And also it was a mistake allowing him to go in. And because what happened was he nearly flipped out. And I knew it was a mistake. And what's worse than that is, I think, for what's going on with my mother and my father, because they both shake like I do, I think there's something going on with both of them. And I don't think they will even admit this, but I think they both have anxiety like I do. And I think I know why. Even though I thought my mother had shakes because of her high blood pressure, and yes, I will say that because she is somewhat overweight, not as worse than I am, which I will admit. And even though I haven't been diagnosed as having diabetes, I don't know why or how. Probably I'm just grateful. But she was shaken beyond that, at which the paramedic told me. And the way how my father did, and despite he kind of lied, which is something makes me kind of concerned. Of course, what my mother told me, I couldn't believe it. So apparently, I think they both have anxiety like I do. This is the weirdest thing. My brother got the gout out from my father, and I get from both of them being shaky, having anxiety. Jeez. And of course, probably I also have the overweight from my mother's side of the family. I think, even though Mom thinks, oh no, you don't. She cooks a lot. Yeah, Mom, I get that, but that means I probably have that. Of course, my father thinks it's not from him. Well, guess what? It's coming from one of you two, somebody in this side of the family. You both need to be honest with me. Anyway, so yeah, I was scared scared. But the other thing was, I never felt so weird calling 911. And my mother was trying to turn this into a stereotype situation, saying that, oh yeah, women always answer their 911. Not really. Sometimes men do too. I was just shocked that I get a nice woman who really helped me through this, and I don't know who she is, but I thank her. And the guy who I also talked to, thank you to him. And also to the paramedics, the two nice men, who makes me think about they're all thinking I'm crazy to saying this, but and probably what my mom said too. we were just watching Chicago Fire. Yeah. Repeats of Chicago Fire because the new season of Chicago Fire is the second episode of the new season is on tonight. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about that. And also for that police officer who also makes sure or thank you. I'm just glad. I know some of you guys are thinking, "Oh, come on, Lindsay, they gotta be the worst." No, they're not. Not where I live. In fact, I think the reason what I've been seeing in the news lately is because what's going on with these police officers. It's been happening in large cities, and I live in a small town, so yeah, the police are more nice. So yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say that kind of stuff. Of course, and then of course everybody would go crazy on me. But no, what I'm just saying is there was a police officer who came in with the paramedics, and actually the weirdest part was that police officer. He almost looked like a younger version of my father there, or my uncle. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just realized that. He reminds me. Oh God! I hope he does not see this last. I mean, seriously, he does. Uh, or maybe you know what? He also reminds me of. I'm gonna instantly regret this, but somewhat he almost looked like my father, a little bit of my father or my uncle. Well, let's say for this my father, because I know talking about my uncle on my father's side it's the worst thing, but I think when I saw his picture on Facebook, I think he's more looking like uh my grandmother. This is why I don't like talking about the sides of the family who not been there for me. So anyway, so yeah, he reminds me a little bit of my father. Also, one of my mother's friend's sons who had passed away a couple of years ago. And actually, here's something weird about this. When I tried to post this on Facebook and then I ended up tagging in anybody in my mom's friends, my father's friends, and my brother's friends, and even though it's the weirdest thing I had to say, it turned, she reached out to me. I'm like, are you alright? Hey, I'm like, why would you do this? I mean, all I just asking you guys is to pray for that my mother does not end up in the hospital and stay there for like weeks on end. And the reason why I said that because I was kind of concerned. And sometimes when I'm concerned about either my mother or my brother being in the hospital, is because I just don't want them to be there for like a whole entire week or so. And actually, it's because of another hospital that my brother had to go to, and they couldn't release him. I was like, you're supposed to keep him for a couple days. Oh, yeah, right. It was more like a week or so. I was like, bring my brother home or else I'm getting a lawyer. Of course, my parents understood that. Because, I just, it was, I guess you can say everything is so scary for me. And I think this is all because, all because ever since my brother has been into the hospital as a kid, I always am worried about something bad was going to happen. And I know what you guys are saying, well, what's wrong, Lindsay? Why was your brother in the hospital when you guys were kids? Well, it's actually because my brother was battling blood cancer. Blood cancer is kind of commonly, but it's also known as leukemia. And it was just that my brother needed needed IV drips so much. Much um, of the IV drips. He needed blood transfusions. I was just a kid. I didn't know what the heck was going on when this was happening to my one and only young brother. And sure enough, I know most of you guys were probably thinking, that is awful. It is. I mean, especially when he had tantrums. I've never seen the worst out of him. And usually I know you guys are going to say that's kind of crazy. Well, it's not normal for a kid to be, be having needles in the arms. Well, I mean, the wrist here. I'm showing you. And yes, I know it looks worse. Yes, that's kind of a dryness, and I can't do much about this unless I go downstairs and put some cream on. But yeah, I couldn't believe how it was crazy to see this happening to my brother there, and didn't know what's going on. And then when I got older and finding out my mother's been in the hospital and my brother's been in the hospital, that kind of freaks me out. And I know most of you guys are probably going to say something. Some of you guys are thinking, oh, Lindsay, I can't believe, things went completely bad enough how it is. Well, yeah, I mean, seriously. What I'm trying to say is, things that went completely going down yesterday was really just scared me. But anyway, so as right now, my mother is home, I'm home, my brother's home. My brother brought me some wings at 2 o'clock in the morning. I ate some of it, but not all. But I told him not to give me anything spicy, and except for I do want lemon pepper, but it gets me some kind of sauce, and it's a little too spicy because I'm trying to avoid a lot of spiciness because sometimes it makes me feel sick. Even if I'm also dealing with probiotics. Go fig. It really kind of, when I try some of it, it messed my nose up. Really. Like, open it. And yeah, but I do appreciate my brother, and I know he tried his best. But I was so exhausted, and I ended up going trying much sleep, and of course Tilly brought the wings. Although I just realized Buffalo Wild Wings not much crispy than when I had wings from a local place. I can't believe I'm going to say that. So anyway, yes. Now I'm just going to see how my mother is. I'm going to speak to my brother, and we'll go from there. Although I just don't know how for excuse me, sorry. So yes, for those who are kind of concerned about me, yes, I just had had a worse anxiety attack, and I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Of course, the rest of the time I ended up trying my best watching FBI International, and FBI Most Wanted, and even though it was just too much, and even though I tried to tweet along, and by the way, whoever is running the FBI and FBI International, thank you for liking my tweets, because I just feel like I need stuff, because I was just scared. And I try my best to tweet along, but it stinks when I don't have my iPad with me. See? And so done was to hotspot this to the iPad, watch the on the iPad, and try to tweet with you guys, even if it burns up my freaking phone. Ugh. And yes, I was very upset that I could not be with her because of this. Because who said that you're supposed to have one visitor per person? I mean, seriously, it was just worse. Okay, and sure enough, I really just wanted. From now on, I'm gonna be there. Even though if I have an anxiety attack, all I just want to make sure is my mother to be home. Screw my father. He was being embarrassing. He was turning out to be an embarrassment. I know he'll try. I know he's trying his best, but what he did was embarrassing. From now on, I'm gonna go there because I'm gonna be the one who handles everything going forward. And if it happens, if it's her again, my brother again, or even if it's because of him, I'm going to be the one who goes in there because I'm the one who's going to have to fully take responsibilities. Because, anxiety or not, I need to be the one responsible to make sure my family is okay and out of the hospital. And I don't care if it has to be 6 freaking hours. I will go. I will cause a riot. Yes, and I don't care if they threaten me to be kicked out. I want my family to be taken care of. And if you people don't refuse to do so, so be it. I will have my camera. I will go post it up onto social medias. I have YouTube. I have Twitter. I have Instagram. I know some people. They will help me spread the information why you guys treating my family at the worst. Because I will do it. And I will say that. And I couldn't believe my mother told me when we got home. She said, "Oh, that hospital was the worst. Yeah, that hospital was great." I'm like, "Really?" No. Even though I was like, "Yeah, okay, Mom." Not really, because they did not made her feel comfortable. And not to mention, she didn't have her, they didn't put her on anything. I mean, they gave her a medication that is for COPD, and she doesn't have that. I should have gone crazy. I saying, why are you giving her COPD medication? She doesn't have that. She's, if you want to give her her Pro Air, give her her purple disc, whatever it is. I don't know. Just don't give her something that she doesn't need. Ugh. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm such a mess. I'm such a mess. I'm such a mess. So yes, from now on. So yes. Okay, and now some other things. So yes, everything's gonna go right back to normal. I'm just glad that my mother's out of the hospital, and I don't know if she's going to have to go see the doctor. I don't know, today or tomorrow. I don't know. And if it is today, I'll let you guys know. Just make sure to follow me on any of my socials. Otherwise, I think I'm going to do a stream today. I hope. I don't know. Depends on how things go. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I know I'm such a mess as with this stupid anxiety business. This, my mother having a freaking dizzy spell. Good grief. So that's what it was. And by the way, you know how, and I know you guys say, how did your mother get a dizzy spell? I mean, because something inside her freaking ear is giving her the dizzy spell. Anyway, they're gonna put her on medication so another episode does not happen. And anyway, thank you all for watching. please, if you can, support me any way you can. Especially I will say this: you can send me Cash App or Venmo. I mean, because I'm just doing. I know because until I can get paid by YouTube again, and that's all what's going on is I'm accepting right now Venmo and Cash App. And I'm gonna say this: if you Venmo Cash App for those who are living in the United States and or uh and uh the United Kingdom, because that's what is available. And I know it's weird because Jack Dorsey. But otherwise, if you don't feel like that, or if you don't live in this country, you can send it through Venmo. I don't know if it's available for any of the countries because I kind of stink just searching this up. But it's, I, um, but I'm also probably going to try my best to set up, I guess, how do I say this? I'm going to try to set up cryptocurrency, but I mean, I wish I can get access to, let's see, what the heck is it called? Oh, Coinbase, yes. But apparently I need a valid new ID. And what's the situation with going on with New Jersey? I'm just gonna say that. The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't have access to that because I was not. I'm just gonna say it. I was not warned by the two-factor authentication that I had set it up on Coinbase. Did not send a warning, and neither did Coinbase. Coinbase too, because what happened was the two-factor authentication known as Authy, I think it's called, yeah, and Coinbase did not send out a warning that they're done. We're no longer using, and they did not give me an answer straightforward. And I think they're both ducking, and and it just makes me angry. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Till then, bye.